your opinion on this versus
We're talking about outfits.
Yeah, Naruto's
versus this?
Since he's giving no context for the people that cannot see, we are looking at Naruto's outfits. He thinks that
Shippuden
OG Naruto
OG?
has a better outfit than
Hold on,
Shippuden Naruto.
Pull up OG Naruto.
I am saying they are pretty similar in I don't think either of them are very cool. I prefer Shippuden. I like the tracksuit.
Hey, I think we can all agree though that
I think the first one has
Toad
more-
Sage Naruto.
Yes, I agree.
Drippiest right there.
I agree, but I think the tracksuit is
Nobody
just
argues
really like
with that.
basic.
Good.
Like there's not really many bells and whistles. Well, the old one I feel had more things going on.
I do agree with Miguel that it is just a little bit more than a tracksuit, like the original. I do think it's like they're pretty close though.
Okay, he's got goggles on.
He's
immediately a
it's
child.
very minimal.
Yeah,
You put goggles on
I wouldn't
an
say
outfit,
either is like really drippy.
you're a little
There's
kid.
slightly more colors to one.
Did you tell me a single adult
Dude, no one
anime
ever
character that does wear goggles, like on the forehead?
Dude, I love me a good Digimon Pro tag.
I do miss the goggles.
The goggles actually stopped being drawn in because he didn't want to, because they were too hard to draw.
I believe it.
You had to glare and
He
stuff.
was like, it took too much time.
So that's why he did headbands?
Yeah, straight up.
He didn't want to do goggles.
He was like, the goggles were a lot of details.
Well, that's good because the headbands are like your big thing.
Also, it's funny. A lot of Naruto decisions, in like later Shippuden, are due to like art, like art reasons, because he got way lazier with art, I guess.
Yeah, that's why fucking Sasuke takes a huge like dip in drippiness.
A drip dip.
His original, like his early Shippuden moveset was super cool. He had like a lot of different things he could do.
Well, and his whole thing, like Sasuke's whole thing was like, I'm drip king.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to fuck me, even teachers. Even
it's
teachers.
so weird. It's so weird.
It's weird when teachers are like, ugh.
Because
Sasuke, 12.
Sasuke's never an adult in the series.
He's like 12, right?
Yeah.
And originally.
And then he
look, a
ages all the
12-year-old
way up to
orphan.
17
Oh,
and then
super
Shippuden.
edge. Remember his brother? Oh yeah, that was a looker too, wasn't he?
Oh, no. Yeah. When everybody talks about an Uchiha, it's like they're so sexy.
They're like dark and brooding.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're little boys. All of them.
And welcome to the peel.
Welcome to the peel.
Welcome.
We'll
My
probably
name.
just keep the whole thing in.
Yeah, that's probably okay.
Yeah.
Roll call. Brendan. Do a dance.
Miguel.
Dyson. Woo.
I don't know what we're doing, Dathan. We did say like we're now introducing us.
He said roll call, then went.
This is a hairspray thing.
So that is the hairspray thing.
Oh, where they all get in line. Okay, but you did it so like nonchalantly.
It's better that way.
Like I did not catch.
I'm right next to him, and it was like a murmur.
Well, sorry. I listened to my friends, and I knew what Brendan was doing.
Did you know it was the hairspray?
No, but you said do a little dance.
Bernice.
Did you say do a
Denise.
dance?
Yeah.
Okay, I heard that part. I was like thinking like what can I do from this chair with a mic in front of me?
Yeah, I just heard roll call, and then heard him say his name.
It's roll call.
Plus, I don't think they do a little dance in the roll call. In the roll call, not the other stuff, the actual roll call.
I think
do
they
a little
like a little
pose.
spin off.
Yeah, I think they do like a little
Pose or a quick like foot.
Yeah, they do like a little move.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen Hairspray. I don't think it's that good.
Ooh, Brendan was just talking about how much he liked Hairspray last night.
Oh, really?
I think out of film adaptations of musicals, I think Hairspray is probably one of the better ones.
I like that
Like
it has
Grease.
actual diversity in it. That it talks about like other things than white people, but the main character is still white, and the songs are like mid for a musical, like very forgettable. I can't name one.
I've only seen the movie, and I love John Travolta.
John Travolta as the mom.
Oh, as the
Yeah, the
mom.
mom.
There's an older one too. There's two movies.
There's an older Hairspray movie.
Yes,
I have not seen the movie. I've only seen the musical.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw it in
Zac Efron is in the movie, and I can tell you, Zac Efron's great. I love Zac Efron.
I think it's a fun movie.
Zac Efron is good in musicals.
For some reason, like he works. He's not
started
even
his
that
career
great at
on a
singing
musical.
or anything, but you like I see him and I'm like he's a joy.
I love his energy.
That's it. That's what it is. Certain people have really good like theater energy, and some people don't. Like freaking you know who? Because he was in Greatest Showman, which was another
Hugh
musical
Jackman.
movie, and Hugh Jackman has good.
Hugh Jackman started.
Yeah, I was like he's a Broadway guy.
Yeah, he's a
right?
Broadway
well,
guy.
that's what
He
we're talking
started
about.
on Broadway.
We're pointing out.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say Hugh Jackman was bad. No, and I gotta go for the Queen right now. I'm sorry. Zendaya does not have good theater energy.
Well, yeah, that's why she hasn't been in anything else in The Greatest Showman.
Other than Euphoria.
Right.
Which is
No, she's
very,
been in a lot of stuff.
Though,
drama.
though I did think her
dramas.
singing was better than Zac Efron's,
I think it's because of
which is funny.
I think she's the only one that pursued a professional career in music, right? Though.
Yeah.
Zac Efron tried doing an album or anything?
I mean, I'm sure he did.
Because I know Zendaya had her like whole like post Shake It Up, like trying to
Music.
like be in a every Disney Channel
Like Ariana
girl
Grande.
has to try to be a musician.
Yeah,
the girl from Good Luck Charlie,
Oh,
Debbie Ryan.
Debbie Ryan. Which,
No, Debbie Ryan's Jessie. Fuck.
But
They look the
both
same.
of them
Bridget
did.
Mendler. No,
both
they
of them
don't.
did
But
go
I'm
to
pretty sure
music.
Debbie Ryan did try to have a music
No,
career.
they're both like fucking like
But the Good Luck Charlie
brunette.
girl,
Oh wait, no, one's blonde.
Blonde.
One's redhead.
Sorry, white women. Sorry.
white brunettes
That's
and
like
white
saying Miley
blondes.
Cyrus and Debbie Ryan. They're so different looking.
I think they have similar facial structures.
Well,
Well, if I showed you a picture, I think you'd disagree.
Maybe.
I think your memory's just foggy.
Because
That's
you're like,
true.
It was
I have-
Disney Channel. Like
It's
adult-
Good Luck Charlie. I've seen Debbie Ryan way like more recent than I've seen whatever the fuck the other
Debbie
ladies are.
Ryan like had like a little like kick up back in like the public
Netflix.
like brain
right?
spear. Yeah, Netflix.
Bridget
and
Mendler,
TikTok.
who's Good Luck Charlie girl. I had a huge crush on her when I was a kid.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I did too, but then she started singing.
It's fuck.
Fuck.
That's so mean.
Okay, wait.
Brendan's
Is it
going for-
Debbie Ryan or her that is in Lemon Mouth?
No,
Lemon Mouth.
Haley Kiyoko.
Haley Kiyoko.
Holy cow.
Bridget Mendler's in Lemonade Mouth.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a white? I don't remember the white girl in Lemonade Mouth at all.
Yeah, it's Bridget Mendler.
Is that the Good Luck Charlie girl?
Yeah, Good Luck
Okay.
Charlie.
Yeah,
White
okay.
actress blindness.
Thank you, Dyson. I knew one of those white women was there.
I know Haley Kiyoko.
Yeah, Haley Kiyoko was there too.
Oh, what's his name? Speaking about Lemonade Mouth, you know that guy who went to prison? The guy's from Zeke and Luther.
Yeah.
He's out and he's on TikTok.
No.
And it's so funny. People were like, he's so real though. And he was like talking, he's like, I've been clean, I've been sober, prison helped me get sober. And he was like, the thing you don't hear is like a lot of people get maybe not as big things as I do, but a lot of celebrities get caught up with what I do. I can name names and they're just paying their way out. It's crazy. And I was like, what was that TikTok?
You try to like throw shade to get like clout or something.
Yeah, this guy's like, I got dirt. I got tea to spill.
It's
I'm not
so
going to.
easy as a celebrity to come off as genuine now, and people eat it up. People are like, he's so real. He's so real. Like everybody, because I feel like everybody's kind of tired of the like false, like not like kind of fakeish.
like everything in my life is perfect, like Kardashian type of
Yeah, or
lifestyle.
and like big scale, like Mr. Beast kind of
Logan
content.
Paul.
Logan Paul. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like
They do make a lot of money though.
like Instagram, TikTok, like it's like a very curated image, and that's why you see like a lot of like people starting to come out that are like vlogging their family life and shit.
Dude,
Their
that's
sibling
why
stuff.
I am fangirling for Ryan Trahan and Haley Pham. I've been following both of them, and then I keep up on both of their vlogs, and they just bring a huge smile to my day.
Dude, Ryan Trahan is like impressive with like his content brain. Like
Right.
he understands how to make something viral that's Mr. Beast like, but he also does like what he wants and injects his own personality in it.
Yeah,
Like, homie's one of the most impressive people on the platform.
really, really good. Also,
First it was Hasan, now it's
I
Ryan.
guess like I should have guessed because their content is really, really clean.
Since when have I?
They're bo- What?
Brendan's saying first it was Hasan content that since when have we been praising Hasan content?
I mean, you did in the beginning, and then you kind of fell off, and now you're doing a new creator.
I said
Also,
he streams 12 hours. He doesn't produce good content.
Also, the penny content was over in like June, so this isn't like a new guy that like Ryan. We've been watching Ryan Trahan for months now.
I can't tell you a single Hasan video.
Sure, I don't watch
because he doesn't really make videos.
He
just streams.
We talked about
we watch Hasan in videos with other people.
Yeah,
other people's videos.
Like I am interested in hearing what he says, reacting to like right reactionaries or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm not like Hasan contents.
King.
The left pipeline.
like
Praise be him.
Hasan has brain dead content. It's mostly shitting on Hasan content.
Yeah.
We've only talked badly about his podcast.
Yeah. His podcast is funny to like. Sorry, but like, oh my
god,
god,
for like 10 minutes every episode, and we're just like, ha ha.
He's a bad podcaster. Like he doesn't ask interesting questions for his guests, and he just kind of sits there and like tries really hard to bounce the energy without like upping it himself. And the production's just messy.
It's so weird for a guy who can like have a studio space and like has the money, but it's like it's awful.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
I was like, when they do the zoom outs, I'm like, dude, we can see the lighting and all the gear.
Yes. Yes.
Also, you can't do a set. You're the biggest. You're like one of the biggest fucking streamers on the platform.
And he just copies Trash Taste.
Their old set, yeah.
Their old set and their thumbnails. Nothing new.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, moving on from that topic.
Wait, no, one more thing.
Okay.
I'd watched SuperMega's they have a podcast, and they had Hasan on because they were on each other's podcasts.
Yeah.
And they just put Hasan in like a tiny little chair. Like,
Yeah, they put him in like an elementary school chair.
like it goes up to his knee.
It was so funny. I was like, somebody who understands. I literally walked in and I was like, somebody who understands how to make a podcast.
Yeah.
Well, they've been making podcasts for so long.
Yeah, they're on like episode 300 something.
Like, whoa.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I enjoy SuperMega's podcast.
Think SuperMega will be as long as One Piece one day?
I mean, maybe because One Piece is ending.
True. 1,000 episodes
like in
of
2 years,
SuperMega?
not anytime soon.
Whoa.
How often are SuperMega like releasing podcasts?
Weekly, yeah.
Yeah, you
So,
can pass.
Yeah, without missing a week.
Like if they produced like 15 more years of like episodes, yeah. Like
I was listening to that song that they made.
Which
A
song?
brand new shirt. It's pretty fun, I'd say.
does SuperMega make music?
I know Matt Watson makes music.
And Ryan sometimes joins in, I think.
Yeah, and I know they have
White boy, blonde boy.
Yeah, Blonde Boys. That was from their previous channel, Syndigo.
But it's a lot of Matt making music.
Yeah.
Matt likes music.
Also, so on my drive back here from my class, I was like just driving, and I like put on some like fast, like exciting jazz. And as like the jazz is like picking up, I just like look in my rearview mirror, and then like a car just like zooms past and just like cuts behind me, cuts forward, and just passes me. And then a cop car just zooms past and does the same thing. I'm like, oh my god, fuck. It's a chase.
Dude,
Yeah.
like, you just saw a chase?
Yeah.
You were a part of a chase.
And you had like jazz. You were the soundtrack.
Yeah, it was.
Was it like free jazz or like what was it?
Was it energetic?
Yeah, it was like
Oh,
this,
that is fun.
Yeah, it was like this like really fast like hype because I'm trying to find music for my SMT one shot.
Yeah.
And I'm going for like a lot of jazz because I'm doing like a 70s like heist
Sure.
one shot. And as the car the car that's speeding is about to take like the off ramp that like heads towards our apartment complex, the cop is like chasing like right behind, and then the car in front just jukes him, and the police car ends up taking the off ramp while the car being chased just keeps going down the highway.
They pulled the Tokyo Drift. Like,
They won. They won.
Did you hear any helicopters or anything?
No.
So they weren't being. Dude, they won. They really
They won.
did.
They got away.
They got away.
They got rid of the 2 stars.
And they holy shit. And they swapped their license plate with yours.
Oh yeah, fucking Brendan revealed to us like right before we started filming the podcast. His brother texted him. Or called. Didn't your brother tell you? Or did,
No, he just figured it out
oh, did
himself.
you just figure it out
I just
yourself?
connected the dots after 2
Sorry,
weeks.
you were
Jump
talking
into
about
conclusions.
you were talking about your brother. So
Yeah.
I just assumed. But your license plate has been different for 2 weeks.
Yes.
Somebody stole your license plate and
Twisted.
threw a West Virginia license plate on you,
I guess.
Only
and
in
has
the
been
city.
driving around with your license plate, probably committing nefarious.
I didn't even know this was a
Actions.
thing.
Holy shit.
You might, dude.
I didn't even know
probably
people
need to
did
call-
this.
You didn't know people took plates.
I'm just an innocent little boy.
Also, that makes me want to look at my plates again.
Holy shit. Don't
Like,
say
what if
that.
someone's
I
taking
don't
my
know
plates?
nothing much. I don't know a lot.
I don't
when
think
it comes
anyone's
to,
taking my
street.
plates.
I don't have much street smarts. Being honest.
And I doubt it probably happened to him one of the days that he had to park
Over there.
over there.
Yeah, we have like an area a few blocks away where cars just get broken into a lot, but
I
it's
say that, but like
they literally tried stealing a part of your car, then gave up.
going on with people like trying to mess with my car
Brendan, you
and
were-
then just like half-assing
You were
it
about to be
and
like,
then leaving.
you guys keep on saying, and I'm like,
why are
evidence.
why are these minor crimes happening to my car?
Because you're parking all the way down
Yeah,
over
but like
there.
there's such minor crime. Why don't I actually
yeah,
do a full crime?
one of
Because they start it and then they're like, it's not worth it.
this car's not good enough.
They straight up-
Well, then why'd you start?
But yeah,
From the
it's the
get-go.
only place.
That's why I don't park over there. Because if it was my car, they'd finish.
take the
Yeah,
radiator
that's
and
why I don't
leave.
park my car over there either.
Oh yeah, you with your Lexus, Mr. Rich.
yeah.
Okay. It's not like I bought a new Lexus. It was like 2006, 2005 Lexus.
Shh, no, he's running around with a Lexus, guys.
Dude,
Okay,
2019.
So,
2020 actually.
What color is it? Is it slightly gray?
It's gold.
imagine I have a car that looks like golden fucking Frieza, gold purple, like gold purple rims.
with black like lines.
Your license plate says bitches with a 1.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
They won't let you have that.
I know
think.
my license plates are good because I just had to take pictures because I just got rear-ended.
He's had 2 accidents in the past week.
2 weeks.
2
2
weeks.
weeks.
Yeah.
One a week.
I'm also a safe driver, so I'm not committing crimes with this guy's plate.
Yeah, but he is.
Why you don't know that?
But you could get pulled over, because someone like scans you and you have like a warrant out for your
I'm like,
arrest.
why else would they steal your plates and replace them with theirs? Unless they wanted to use your plate numbers because there's something wrong with theirs.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, they
Maybe
either
they're
want to
broken.
commit crimes. They either want to commit crimes with your license plate, or they're escaping crimes that they've already done. Right?
They're trying to lay low
those
with
are the
my plate or something.
Yeah.
dude. This is hard out here, guys.
Which I just like, or it could have just been like a little kid dicking around.
No, what type of little kid goes around, takes your license plate, and
And
switches
replaces it.
That's like a
don't know.
Rugrats fucking
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
That's like exactly not real stuff.
He's a rough and tumbling kid. You know, he's a
like
ruffian.
It's some children's cartoon shit.
a hoodlum. He's a hoodlum.
Some Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Ford. It's my favorite.
I saw your
friend.
license plate for a couple quarters for those job breakers. But yeah, I got rear-ended while I was door dashing this week.
Okay.
And
I remember Dyson arriving and just being super upset and then saying he got rear-ended. And I'm like, oh, it must have been a bad accident.
yeah, and I showed Miguel I'll post the pictures like here. My car is, I guess, a tank because it only got like a couple scratches and like one of the reflectors like on like the left-hand side just broke off because it's plastic. But yeah, I got away with just a few scratches. The other guy, like this like 19-year-old like kid, oh my god, the front of his truck just completely crushed in, or or like the front like right corner because he tried like swerving out of the
Dodging.
way.
Right.
Yeah, and like still managed to like hit me. And so after like the whole thing, we pulled over. I get out. I'm like, hey, are you guys okay? Just like make sure that they're all right.
Yeah.
I also checked my damage. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Just the bumper is just like a little dislocated on that corner. But yeah, this guy, he was like with his mom too, and he was just like on the curb, just like hands.
Yeah,
in
you
his
were
face.
like,
Oh no.
I felt so bad.
How old was he?
He was like 19.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a bad time to get in
that's
an accident.
that's around the time when people get in there first. I got in my first like around that time.
and you feel like a failure.
Dude, you're like, it was never gonna happen to me.
I thought it was never. Everybody's gonna get in an accident. Just accept it.
I'm so glad though that he and his mom were like really nice, and like we were able to like trade our information.
Yeah.
And it made me and while I was on the call with like my insurance, they said since I was door dashing, like they won't cover it or whatever. But it's fine. Like there's like nothing.
There's like no damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they also said like they asked if the police filed a police report because like a cop came by, checked to see if we're all right. Nicest cop. He's one of the good ones.
It's like it's not one of the bad ones. It's one of the good ones.
It's one of
It
the good
really
ones.
is.
Which is good to hear because I wasn't sure if there were good ones here.
Dude, right? All the police interactions I've seen have been like very negative.
Yeah, like really bad.
Yeah.
Like what you would expect from pigs.
I mean,
And-
we live next to, border crime on the other side.
What?
There's crime here.
There's crime
Exactly.
here.
There's crime
They're probably like the
everywhere.
same groups. of
Brendan.
people.
What? No.
Okay.
You're saying Hispanic people?
No, I'm saying criminals.
They're coming over, not bringing their best.
They go back and forth, and they work on both sides. That's what I'm pointing out.
No, we've literally seen them harass civilians very publicly.
Oh,
The
police
guy who was
officers?
trying to get in his car and he got put in a cop car because he tried to open his car door while police were there.
Talking about in San Diego.
Yes.
Yeah,
on
dude,
our
this was like
street.
On our street.
this was like second month living here.
Hey, there's a lot of patrolling because of the point.
It's cops have to meet quotas. It's
Yeah.
proven. Crime rates going down, but arrest rates have gone up every year.
Yeah,
I am not
There's
a criminal
cops
justice major.
that patrol this neighborhood to find cars that haven't renewed their registration, and just so they could get towed, so they can be like, "Ha, met my quota."
Dude, the cop that like came by after my accident was like, "Hey, your registration's not like renewed, but like just make sure you get it taken care of with like before it hits 6 months, or otherwise they'll tell you." And I was like, "Oh my god!" Like he just like let me off for that.
Yeah,
So yeah, and when I was talking to my insurance, they asked me if they filed a police report, and they said they don't usually do that unless there's injuries, which made me realize that the guy that I just like bumped into the week before was just, oh my god, just a complete asshole.
yeah.
I'm just like, God, fuck that guy.
Most people who you get into car accidents with will be assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, a thing I don't want to deal with that I have to deal with now.
And a lot of just adults are so short-tempered. Like I feel like the older people get, the more short-tempered they are. Cause like I don't see like 23-year-olds like blowing up.
No,
I see like 40-something-year-old men. blow
sometimes
up.
I'll just be working at my job, and there's a lot of diverse age groups. Well, like people our age, and then there's people like 50 to like 80.
Uh-huh.
To 100.
They're really old sometimes. You're like, I could tell you're really old, or you're just worn down. But some of these people, in like their 60s, they'll like come in and they'll be like waiting for my like register guy to finish up his spiel with the customer. So we have to sign with retail. You got to sign people up for stupid things. Like, hey, you want to do this? You want to sign up for that? It's annoying. But while they were waiting for it, he was just getting so like impatient and pissed. Like he like left the line and went over to me, and I'm not even a checkout. I just print posters and stuff. And then like he's like, "Can I check out here?" And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "This isn't checkout, sir." And he's like, "Right." And I was like, "Okay." And then I walked over to the registers and checked him out. I was like, I don't think he was standing there that long. I think
He's like,
always,
I don't want to deal with this line.
I don't want to wait. And he was like the only person in line. I don't want to wait 10 minutes. Life sucks. I hate everything.
Yeah, to further Miguel's point, I've been sitting here trying to wrap my brain around this. I don't think I've ever been yelled at by someone working like retail, like in the service industry. Food, retail, doesn't matter, by anyone under the age of like 30. I don't think I've ever been yelled at by anybody. Not once. I've had people be like assholes, be rude,
Passive aggressive.
but I've never had someone yell at me who is like under the age of 30. It's these old fucking farts that just get tired of fucking life.
Yeah, they're like, my life's been unhappy, so I'm gonna make your life unhappy in any way I can.
Or
Yeah,
share my anger. Oh.
My life was so unhappy before this that just one inconvenience is gonna make me fucking blow my shit.
Explode like a fucking volcano.
Yeah.
Like you have the fucking nine tailing you.
Yeah. Oh my god. I hope the next time I get in an accident, because it will happen. I hope the next time it's a nice person, because I've only had the bad experiences.
Yeah, I've had one nice and then one mean.
You
Yeah.
know what kind of accident I'd like to happen to me?
Well,
The accident where like somebody bumps into you and you spill coffee over yourself. And you're like, ah! And then the other
Depends how
person's
hot
like,
that coffee
you
is.
look up in your head and you're like, that person's actually as hot as the coffee.
So you mean a film?
And you're like, oh, I guess we
Like
gotta
a
exchange
movie.
info.
where the coffee's just hot enough where you go, ah, and it hurts a little, but not enough where it's like, if you need to go to the ICU, like that one lady.
Or maybe it is enough and they have to drive you. And that's how you get the contacts, because they're like, if you need me to like pay for your medical stuff.
No meat cute is worth my pants melting into my skin.
I mean, third degree
know.
burns.
I don't know. Sometimes when I see someone cute driving, I just like try and like bump into them.
I've seen it happen. Dyson on the road.
Freaking RRR when his friend is like, I'll get this meat cute for you, and fucking just throws nails on the road to pop her tire.
Oh yeah, that was so funny.
I think there is this thing that like people who have like semi pricey cars will hit people, rear end them, and try to like gaslight them into them being at fault who have like much nicer cars.
I don't think purposely, but I do think people with much nicer cars drive way more recklessly
Oh
on
yeah,
average, and I see them back out of parking lots just like
willy nilly, just
Willy-nilly.
like wow.
Yeah.
and then they're like, look what you did to my fancy car.
Like you're the one.
That's literally what the guy said to me when I bumped into. Oh god, I'm just so angry. I'm so angry about that.
Full circle with the anger. A lot of anger being talked about.
Yeah, I shouldn't have been so like, I'm so sorry. I should have been like, dude, I just bumped into
Well,
you.
it's because you don't want to start like something. You don't want
Yeah.
cops to show up.
I'm very.
You don't want to escalate.
Yeah, I'm very like conflict avoidant.
Good.
I don't know.
Can I come into your
Sometimes I
home?
wish I could start a little conflict.
Can I come into your home? Sure. Can I vacuum your
Yeah,
floor?
The
Sure.
fucking salesman in our
Vacuum
house.
salesman.
3.5 hours.
Can I vacuum your screen door?
I don't understand how they didn't understand after hour 2 that like you guys were just being pussies and weren't gonna buy it. Like I feel like
Just look at us and look at our home. Like we're
was a
not
lot
buying
worse.
it.
the
when he came
vacuum
in.
cost our rent. We're like, what the fuck?
I can bring
What
it
do you
down.
think?
I can bring it down to a little over your rent.
So we can
Just a
clean
little
our,
more.
our garbage disposal. Crazy. We don't need that vacuum. We don't vacuum. Dude, I vacuum my room like once a month. I used to vacuum every week.
Dude, I can just imagine after canvassing now, those guys getting back in their van and be like, what a shitty neighborhood. Why'd they send us out here?
Yeah.
I don't know either, dude.
Be like, dude, I'm not going to get any money from this. This sucks.
And then your boss is like, we saw that you haven't gotten any sets this month. What's that about?
You're like, I kind of feel bad for marketing guys now a little.
I do a
Yeah.
little bit. I like enough that like I'm going to be kind and courteous, but I'm also not going to waste their time because their time is valuable.
Still funny, you coming fucking upstairs and just being like, okay, guys. And I'm sound like you're going to say something fucking serious. And then it's like like
$50 a month.
So it'd be like $50 a month.
I should have waited on Dyson. I should have waited on. The moment I felt irritated, I should have been like, all right, let's wrap this up.
$50 a month each for like 20-something months.
Fuck that.
Yeah, what?
I don't want your vacuum for that price. I'm good.
And correct me if I'm right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't correct me if I'm right.
I'll correct you.
This happened like after we had all blown our savings, right? So like we didn't have it. We don't have $50 each a month to waste on a fucking vacuum. Like we were gonna say no.
I think that was around that time when we were like, now we gotta like really scrape
I think
by.
that was right after we cut off Uber. Okay,
yeah,
because we weren't scraping yet, but we had like just had a big like, ooh, that was a horrible idea.
Can I say that Dyson and I were going upstairs not to buy the vacuum, but to recruit people to help us tell them to leave.
But the way Dyson framed it, Dyson framed it like it was a possibility. And then I remember being like, "They're still here."
Yeah,
because I had come down like I guess 40 minutes into it or something. I saw them. He tried explaining it to me, and the minute he like. Literally didn't even like turn around. He turned his head down to show me how he's doing it, and I left. Yeah. And I looked at Dyson, and I was like, and I left. I was like, I'm not gonna deal with this.
Yeah, I remember earlier in the morning, I walked down like 3 steps, and I saw that it was going on, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna stay in my room. Give it an hour, maybe 2.
Took a shower, did homework, and took a nap.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and then he came into
Dyson and I sat on the couches with this guy.
I just went back to sleep, and then I woke up, and then because Dyson fucking woke me up. He's like, guys, I'm like half awake. $50 a month. I'm like, Dyson, this is not a possibility. And it's like, why would...
Yeah, and then he immediately went, yeah, I know. And I'm like, why did you ask it? Like it was a possibility.
I also just was like weirded out why he sat and he was like, I just got to talk to the other company while I sit here during this. I was like, why are we sitting with you on a phone call for half an hour? It's weird.
Ours was like that too.
We had a phone call for half an hour.
Well, yeah. Well, when we were canvassers, we had, and whenever we scheduled an appointment, we called like a separate like call center, and then they'd like schedule like the computers and stuff.
I'm saying he was in here.
He basically did the same thing, but for a quote.
Yeah, and the thought process there is that if you get this person to stay and while you go over this call and confirm with the call center, then that person is more likely to not cancel because they're like, not only did I agree to it, this random door-to-door guy, but I also made an appointment directly with this call center. So that's like their thought process. It does not work.
No.
Yeah, because
you know what happens? People wait until it's over, and then they get a call from the call center saying, hey, do you still want to do this? And they're like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't need this at all. And
I was like, that was just frustrating, and I don't want to spend that much money on something.
Yeah. I can't say no. That's why I said yes. Yeah, that's what it is.
But you know, if you knock on the no solicitor houses, they're too afraid to say no. That's why they have the sign. That's what
they used to tell you.
That's what Dom said.
Yeah, Dom, our van manager, his boss from his previous work said that. Dude, that guy could set appointments like a motherfucker.
You're like that guy. Which not a white guy could set appointments with racist people. Oh.
Yeah.
I saw him do it.
That's crazy to me.
I remember when he was showing me how to do it at first. He got me really excited about the job because it's like, I'm learning from this guy. I'm going to be crushing it. Because this guy, he perused in the van looking at the no soliciting signs. He's like, these are the ones I hit. I don't go to the other houses. I was like, what? And he's like, watch. And he was like, they don't have a flag, which means they're probably not racist. And then he went up and then knocked and then got a set. And it's because they can't say no. And he just gets set after set after set that way.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I see no soliciting. I'm like, I'm bothering this person.
You have to go to people's gates and shit, right?
Yeah.
I I never opened a gate.
I open gates.
If it was a half gate, I'd open it, I'd knock, and then I'd run all the way back to the half gate, lock it like I didn't, just do it.
You're nicer
That's
than
goofy.
Mormon, no, not Mormon, Jehovah Witness.
I mean, Mormons too.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah, Mormons do it as well.
Yeah, the only times where I wouldn't go past the gate to knock on the door is if they had like something that says, we shoot people on sight. I got guns.
I don't do the gate. I also didn't do gates if it was like a gate and then it like curved around a corner. I don't fuck around with that shit. I want people to see me from the street just in case I get attacked.
No. Something I hate once is when I was delivering like an Uber order. Their fucking like their front door was hidden in a weird spot, like, and so it seemed like I walked in and then I realized I was in their fucking backyard and not their front door. And I was so embarrassed because I'm like, there's no mat here that says welcome, and then I'm like, wait. Why does this look like the entrance to like the front of this is their backyard. Oh my God. I'm in and I'm like, I look at the window and I see someone like walk by and I'm like, fucking
Goofy as
I'm
fuck.
like, dude, imagine them seeing me fucking with like fucking their food.
Yeah.
And I'm just in their backyard.
Oh, so embarrassing.
So I came back here thinking you would like open up the bag and let me stay a little longer.
No, their front door was like,
No, I
you know, like
understand.
those side garage doors? That's their front door.
No way.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It was weird.
I mean, I remember Glenn's house being a little weird. Weird, like
It's like a townhouse.
nook.
Yeah.
Little nook entrance.
I mean, it's
That's-
just a
that's
nicer
a walk
townhouse.
away.
Yeah.
I guess so.
No,
A
it's not
townhouse
like,
I would be happy to live at.
oh yeah.
Dude, a townhouse is like a house. But like, yeah.
Not this townhouse.
Yeah, because this
is a
townhouse is
house.
like
Part of a
barely a
big house.
townhouse.
What makes it barely a townhouse? I think it's just small, but like
It's a small townhouse. Yeah, it's just a small townhouse, and I think a very small patio. Like
Wait,
just
wait,
a lot
wait,
of
wait, wait.
like very condensed.
What's a townhouse?
so a townhouse is like what we live in,
Something
where
that's
it's like
connected to-
where it's vertical, like multiple stories, and there's like a bunch connected to each other.
It's like a lot of
It's supposed to be
Yeah.
like the solution to like a lot of like young people not being able to afford houses or even rent houses now. Like a lot of people can't afford to rent houses. Like townhouses, like you almost get what your parents got.
Well, townhouses aren't even widely built.
Yeah, but it's mostly a Californian thing, right?
Is it?
I think it is.
I do remember when I first started college and I was driving all the way up around Sacramento.
Mhm.
There, like by the rail line, I remember seeing like a big row of townhouses being built, and I'm like, it's like a fucking empty lot. And I'm like, I guess.
Yeah. You're like, why not?
I housing's expensive.
Housing is expensive.
Yeah,
market,
that's why I'm gonna build my own house.
like in Skyrim.
Dude, you can
You have to do it somewhere that you don't want to live, Dyson.
also
On the back of a trailer, little tiny house.
also Dyson. I really don't believe you could build a house.
That's so mean.
That's mean. With these guns,
okay. I believe that any one of us, if we like really put our effort into it, into like learning how to properly do it, we could do it. We could build a house.
Go to
All of us. People do it
certificate?
all the time.
Yeah, people volunteer
All
to
the time.
build houses.
Yeah.
Tons of wealthy white people build their own homes all the time.
Yeah, but they make other people do all the hardest work.
what's the hardest work? Like
Frame.
No, the frame is like the easiest.
Yeah, I'm like
part.
that's easy. You talking about like pouring cement?
No, that's even easier than the frame.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I feel like it's
Miguel?
just a lot of steps.
It's just a
I mean,
step by step thing.
I think
though.
it's
if it's just you and your partner or whatever, and maybe some friends, like That's a big job. Like that's gonna take you like years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A while.
That's the only thing.
Yeah,
It's just time consuming.
yeah. That's why. Like, I
Also,
don't think it's hard. I think
weather
it's just a lot of
condition-
time.
if you're by like yourself, I feel like it's hard. I feel like
I could
most
build a
people would
tiny
give up.
house.
Yeah, how
Before
big of a
building a
house are you
house.
trying to make?
You could buy
like
a
the back of a
loft.
trailer.
You could do that.
That's tiny.
That's what you're gonna build. That's what you're gonna live in
A
for the rest of
tiny
your
house.
life.
Yes.
Dude. So many people.
Dyson,
So many people are like
tiny house.
buying vans and then just like building little homes in them.
Yeah.
It's like
Fan culture.
van culture, and a part of me looks at that and I'm just like, I could climb all the mountains. I could just look at nature all day.
Yeah, I look at that. I'm like, I don't have to pay rent.
Right? Well, yeah, that's a big one. I don't have to pay for
Look at the van. All I have to just repark the van.
Yeah.
You get a gym membership, and then you know that you're gonna go to the gym every day because you need to fucking shower. Right? Like I know I'm gonna go to the gym every day because I'm not gonna be a stinky boy.
Yeah,
and then you start living in a van, and you're like, I'll just skip today. I'll just skip another day, and then you skip a week because you're secluded in a van by yourself, and no one's gonna smell you.
You're not living. You're not just people that van culture. They don't just stay in their van all day.
van life though isn't as if you're not like very wealthy and have an awesome setup. Like a lot of like van life that I've seen from like regular people is way less glamorous.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not very glamorous.
Like people on TikTok make van life seem like really like aesthetic and niche and cool, but what those people don't tell you is they have like $50,000 in their bank account when they decide to do it.
Yeah.
I know. I
to
saw a
save.
video. Like this one lady was like getting like hitting back at the haters who were like this. Not everybody can do this because she was acting like everybody could, and she's like, yeah, I did everything myself. I borrowed all the tools from my neighbor.
Borrowed tools.
Yeah, borrowed tools. I stayed with my parents till I was 26. A huge commitment I did.
Yeah.
I saved $50,000.
This isn't a response.
And
this
then
is a
built
confession.
a glamorous like thing with my boyfriend doing most of the work. And it's like, okay,
Yeah, you're just adding on to their points.
Building like a van setup where you can actually cook food and shit like comfortably is super expensive.
it's super expensive.
That's why I see a lot of like the shittier van life guys when they talk, they're like food cost is actually pretty big because most people don't have a nice enough setup where they can actually cook. So you're just spending a lot of money on like eating out.
Sounds like
Van life in Japan, where eating out's cheaper.
Where eating out's cheap. You could
That
do
sounds
comfortable
kinda
van
lit.
life in Japan.
Dude.
convenience stores
Or
every day.
like an East Asian country, like going on tour in a van.
Yeah.
I did, because I know I've been talking about it for a while. I did start learning Japanese.
That's good.
What can you say?
Not much.
You're like, I don't want to say.
I don't want to say. I started
agree.
it today, Dyson.
how do you say?
I started it today.
Dude, one time I told someone I had started learning Italian when we were doing the app, Duolingo, and I had done it like every day for like 2.5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I just started. And they were like, oh, me too. But they had been taking like a class,
Yeah.
and doing homework and stuff. And like not a school class, like going and then just started speaking Italian. And I was like, fuck that. I was so fucking embarrassed. I was like, they're just speaking Italian and they're expecting me to respond back in Italian.
That sucks.
You know what to
And I
say?
like
Stop.
fucking just like threw out some words and then
Like
cringe and
io
shame.
mangia
Do you know
Lamella.
lamelle something.
about Italy? Do you know there's like certain parts that they're paying people from other countries to go out and like live in Italy?
Yeah, people are doing that.
Dude.
No, that's
I could
also
do
in
that for a little bit.
Dude, that,
Like
yeah.
basically your rent does not exist.
Italy's not the only one doing that.
Imagine Italy in like smack dab in like I think it's their third largest city.
Where else is doing it?
Dude,
I think
A lot of different places.
Switzerland is doing it.
Switzerland.
Yeah, but Switzerland is super expensive.
Switzerland is expensive.
But they're
Right?
if you're like
I'm
a family,
not getting it
$30
mixed up with Sweden, right?
You're right. You're right. Switzerland. When I went there, everything was just so much more expensive than Germany.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought Switzerland was like one of the most expensive places
It
to live.
is.
So Sweden,
It's like $50 for a burger, right?
It's like $30 for a burger.
Yeah, it's
I think
insane.
it's Sweden paying families of like 4 to live in this country.
Yes.
Like you have to be like a family, 2 spouses, and like some children, and they'll pay you to live there.
Is it because I know a few countries have really, really low like gene pool, and they're straight up like that's becoming a problem.
They need
I
more
was saying
diversity.
like
of
fuck, what country? Iceland or whatever has an app to make sure that you're not dating
Related.
your cousin, and it's like a commonly used app.
Dang.
Because you have like it's
You have
kind
to.
of you have to.
It's like a government dating app.
I mean, everyone is descended from the same like few tribes that fucking got their
Or
fucking title,
or just like people that really like seclusion.
I gotta.
Because why else would you live in a country that has like a population of like 100,000 and only like 3 cities?
Yeah.
I was speaking of siblings. Got a random text from a random number today.
Uh-huh.
They were telling me if I was gonna go to the gym, and I was like, "Who is this?"
Oh yeah, Brendan was just texting this person like all morning.
Because I was like, whatever.
Yeah, because every time I looked over, I just saw I saw Brendan texting, and I was like, "Is that still the same person?"
And I was like, I don't know what's going on.
And yeah,
I genuinely am
Brendan was
confused.
like, they told me their name, like after they realized that it was the wrong number. And I'm like, that is weird.
And then they went
He's
ahead and they're
"Hi,
like,
I'm blah blah blah. What's your name?"
No way.
and then they went about to
People
like,
are lonely out here.
where are you? Where do you live? And I was like,
and then
California.
they were like, cool. I'm thinking of visiting San Francisco because they're from New Jersey.
I think they were guessing I was from San Francisco.
And they were like, oh, it could be a cool like. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is just a random person. You've exchanged like a handful of texts.
And then,
over
like,
an
after-
hour.
No, that's chill.
after
That
this,
is really chill.
after the San
I'd keep
Fran
it up with
thing,
them.
like the San Fran thing happened, and then then they were like, randomly was just like, well, where are you? I'm your sister. I was like, what?
Wait, was it your sister?
No. I was like,
But they knew it wasn't-
If so, why so many numbers?
No, also,
and they're like, what do you mean? Lol, lol. And they
Was
lolled
it
at
an
me.
iPhone?
I was so confused.
Was it an iPhone texting me?
No, it was like a text message.
Because I would have tried to FaceTime them. See who they are.
It was so weird because it was like, just like, they just started saying lol, and I was like, what's funny? I'm confused.
Well, yeah, 'cause-
I'm 36. Oh, okay.
Oh, 36. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, because when they texted you, they were asking for somebody else.
And then they continued to talk to me. Then I was like,
They're lonely.
They're lonely. People be lonely.
Alan's a bad friend. Be a better friend, Alan.
Alan, if you're watching,
Be a better friend.
Step it up.
Yeah, man.
Unless you have a reason.
Unless this person, like, you know,
Have you been, Alan? Have you been
unless they're a
avoiding
creep,
them?
like my
Yeah.
boss.
Have you been not
Like
going
my
to the gym
new-
on purpose?
My new boss is a creep.
Yeah, you have like 3 bosses now, right?
Yeah.
You were like, this is my boss, and then you're like, I have a second boss, and now you're like, I have a third boss.
Yes, I have my
So many
direct boss, and then I have the person directly above my my boss. That's my new boss, and then I have my boss's boss's boss, and that guy used to be just my boss's boss until
Then he
this.
got in trouble, right?
Yeah, but then he came back.
You talking about your boss or your boss's boss?
His boss's boss came back, but now his boss's boss.
The boss's boss's boss was in trouble?
Continue.
so like you got your boss squared, and you got your boss cubed.
Yes.
We'll do that.
Yes.
Yes, I have 3 bosses. Everybody, yeah, that go upward, you know. And my second boss, second in the food chain.
Boss squared.
Number 2.
Yes, number 2. I'm just gonna number 2.
Just call him 2.
I'm
yeah.
Number 2 is like the very first conversation he has with me is he was like, "Hey, you in any relationships?"
Oh my god, it's gotten bigger.
And no, this is like my first conversation with him ever.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, I'm not really in any relationships. I was like, what about you? Trying to be polite. I already had weird vibes off of him, and then he's like, "Oh, my ex-wife was a whore, but my new wife, she's from Sri Lanka. she's a doctor and her brother's an architect and he's building me a house.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. And she's got like all these businesses, and I'm actually in 2 weeks gonna go out to see what my house that I've been building looks like. I'm like, you're not coming back, dude. Like, they're killing you. Like, they've been bleeding you dry, and they're gonna
now they're gonna bleed you dry.
Yeah.
And how did you meet this Sri Lanka? Did he say
Facebook?
Because I'm like
Right?
there are people from like poor countries that do date like American men or whatever, but if they own multiple businesses and are a doctor and whatever, they don't need you.
Yeah.
They don't need you. What is your appeal, construction man?
Man.
Probably so that they get a visa into the United States.
Yeah.
For the one picture he has with her. And I'm like, I look at him, I look at her. I'm sorry. I want to believe in true love. It's not.
It's not. Yeah.
It's not. Especially if she actually is a doctor with a brother who's an architect. Also, I was like, isn't there like some sort of like political unrest in Sri Lanka right now? Like,
I think there is.
yeah, isn't Sri Lanka where the previous like prime minister or president just got ousted and then the new guy? That's not
I don't think that was Sri Lanka. I think that was.
I'm not up to date.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unrest in the Middle
yeah.
East.
Yeah.
What else is new?
Yeah, you
Unrest
could look
in
that up if you wanted to. But anyways, so that was like my first experience, and then there was he just like weird vibes off of him, weird conversations, and then on Friday we're having this party. And I guess he's like, today's like Friday party. I'm going to get loose. I'm just going to be weird and quirky.
Yeah, there was like a lot of alcohol.
Yeah, you guys started drinking at like 10:30, right?
At 10:30. And if you know anything about me, when it comes to people in authority over me, I am unable to say no. I have a problem. I need to work on it. My boss just kept on giving me beers. I probably had lowballed it when I told you guys. I probably had like 6 beers at work.
That's a lot.
I don't like beer that much. so that could kind of tell you the situation. There's like this runner who like picks up samples and drives them to different places.
Actually working like
we're working all day.
And people were getting fucking drunk, and this is a major construction company.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say. Let's not get attacked here. But yes, major construction company. We deal with a lot of important things. There's this Mexican coworker that I have. He's a runner. He picks up samples and drives them between locations. He came in on Friday for the party, and very first interaction with my boss ever, and he says, "You like tacos?" Yeah, dead ass.
Like, I like tacos. Don't get me wrong. But if somebody went, I don't know how to respond.
Yeah,
I'd like freeze up.
He didn't. He was just like, "I do," and turned around and walked away. And then, so I chased after him. I'm so sorry, Antonio. You're one of the good people at my work. I like chased after him. I'm like, "Dude, I'm so sorry." He's like, "Why are you apologizing?" I'm like, I watched, and it was really uncomfortable.
You're apologizing for all white people.
Yeah.
On behalf of white people.
This guy says he's sober. By like 1 o'clock, he's probably 6 or 7 beers in. As a sober guy, sober for 3 years. I just can't drink. It's just bad for me. And then we kept on like finding drinks just stacked in his recycle can. And we're like, oh shit. Shit's about to hit the fan. And then I walk in to the office to ask a question, and Larry, who's my direct boss, he's red in the face, looking down at like some paper, and I'm just hearing moaning from the computer monitor, like directly across. I'm like, "What the fuck is that, Larry?" He says, "I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing my job."
Poor Larry.
And I was like, "What's going on?" I walk around, and it's a video of this like Asian guy making out with a pig and slapping its ass while he's doing it. Not kidding. I can't make this shit up.
What? This is a Black Mirror video type shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is what Dyson said.
We'll kill your daughter.
That's what Dyson said.
Unless you fuck the
So I'm
pig.
like, holy cow. And he's like, dude, this guy's been playing these videos all day, 8
Your
hours.
boss?
Yeah. And he's like, he's above me. What am I supposed to do? I shared this off.
Drinking and watching like disgusting shit.
No, okay, it gets worse. So I'm like, I don't know. Oh, this guy's a weirdo. I walk out. About an hour passes, and then Lauren, another one of the good coworkers, walks in, and she's like, "Holy cow!" I just walked in, and I heard some weird shit coming from the monitor. I'm like, "Oh god."
You didn't walk over there, did you?
I just like, was it pig stuff? And she's like, no. She was like, I saw Mickey Mouse with a hamburger dick deep throating it into Wendy from Peter Pan's mouth and saying, take it, you whore.
That's not a power move. If
She
you're
caught him. He was actively watching it.
Dude, if he was like a 12-year-old boy and he didn't, or like 10-year-old boy and he didn't know like porn search terms and he was just looking up like things he knew.
No,
and he happened to see that this is an
this is
adult.
specific.
An adult man.
Dude, this is on YouTube. Getting worse. She confronts him on it because Lauren's a lot more outspoken than me. She's a lot more comfortable with that stuff. She's like, what the fuck is this? You're at work, dude. And he's just like, oh, I was listening to rock. I was actually listening to rock music and it just auto-played to this. And she's like, no way. There's no way, dude.
No way music
She
videos
looks at
turns to
Larry.
that.
Larry just looks down. That's my boss. He just like looks down at the ground and then she's like, come on. Like, what are we doing here, dude? And he was like, look, I'm not even on the adult YouTube. I'm on kids YouTube.
Kids YouTube is gross.
And then she was like, why are you on kids YouTube?
Yeah.
That makes it so much worse.
Yes.
So much worse.
Right?
Because he knows kid YouTube's gross.
Yes.
He has like weird.
He's
like,
looking for creepy shit.
like gross shit like that.
Yeah. And she was like, also, look up rock music on kids' YouTube. Do it. He tried to like look up rock music. Almost nothing came up because it's kids' YouTube, and I guess kids can't listen to rock music.
There's big bad words.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but then there's Mickey Mouse
And
shoving
then she was like,
burgers in people's mouths.
so what were you listening to? Look up what you were listening to, what you clicked on initially. And he's like, it's just messed up. I'm just going to turn it off. And we're like,
Because he got called out.
yeah,
Yeah.
because he got called out on it. And there's just this kind of stuff going on every day. Every day I work at this guy. And today, he was talking to me about first jobs. And I was talking about McDonald's and the shitty experiences I had there. And then he was like, I developed film. I'm like, that's a cool job. I actually turn around. I'm like, you know what? What do you have to say about this job? Like, let me hear it out. And then he's like, yeah, there used to be tons of nudes that would come in and I'd copy them. I was like, what? Yeah, he's like, yeah, I develop film like from like cameras, like disposable cameras. I'd develop it and I'd copy them, the nudes, the good ones. He's like, I like all the ugly people, like I wouldn't bother with those. But like the hotties, like I got all their nudes and I collected it in a scrapbook. I collected it in a scrapbook and I sold copies.
No, it got
Oh
worse.
my
I
God.
was like already like, how does it get worse than like the Mickey Mouse, blah, blah, drunk at work thing? And then you were like, okay, Newt stole it. And I'm like, this is the worst it can get. And then you were like,
Said
he sold
scrapbook.
them. Then he sold them. And then I was like, literally like a foul evil man. like a foul, disgusting, evil.
And he's not even like a teenager, so you'd be like, oh,
No,
he's being a
dude,
disgusting
he's like
teenager. No, he's just a disgusting
Also,
person.
nobody knows what he's doing. Nobody, not even my boss. My boss is like, every time, I feel like every time he gets something, he just tells me like, hey, get on to that. And he just he's like, I feel like this guy thinks he's delegating. But he's delegating everything.
He does nothing.
Dude, he put on a kung fu movie today and just put his feet up and then drank 2 Modelo's.
Has anyone reported him to HR?
Have you not?
Dude,
It's HR at a construction company.
HR at a construction company does not count. They'd crack open a beer and they say, "Chill out, motherfucker."
Why does this guy get a job of such a high position?
How is someone in their like? How old is he?
Maybe that's why.
Oh, I think he's in his 50s.
That's why he's
How
old.
does someone in his late 50s? How are they just so like open about like steal like
Being a pervert.
Yeah, being like a like Master Roshi, like fucking like anime pervert level of pervert.
I don't think anyone can be as perverted as Roshi though.
I don't know. This
He's
guy's
on kids' YouTube.
Dude,
He's on kids' YouTube.
This is an anime kid, like an anime level creep.
This is an anime villain.
Yeah, I was like thinking Orochimaru like for your boss now. That's
Actually,
what I imagined.
in Roshi's defense, he's not that perverted. He just like asks things of married women, which
Yeah.
he shouldn't, as a joke.
This guy
And he
is
looks at
on
regular
his way
porn
out.
mags.
Like this guy's
He's like a
gonna
normal
get
guy.
fired. Like on Friday, we all complained about everything that had happened to us with this involving this guy. And then my boss, I remember he just like crumpled his hands up and he's like, "Nobody wants this job." He's like, "I need to fill this job. I have 3 jobs and I'm only getting paid for 1." He's like, "Dude, I need this to work out." He's like, otherwise I'm going to quit. And I'm like, "Dude, that's not an excuse to keep this guy on." Like, this guy's a freak, dude.
He's not doing anything.
He's not doing anything. His solution to problems is buy more things. Like he's just like using the like company card to just like buy a bunch of equipment that we don't need.
What? He's wasting money?
Well, yeah, because then he can say that he's doing all this to improve our lab. So he can say that he's doing something. Yeah. I don't even know, guys. I'm screwed.
I mean, you're not screwed.
He'll just come up behind me. He's so fucking silent. He'll come up behind me. I won't hear him. And then I'll feel the breath.
Dude, he really is like an anime villain.
And I'm just like, one of the engineers
insane.
at my company put it best.
Fuck.
He said, the day we fire that guy, I'm coming in with a bulletproof vest. Because I don't know what's going to go down. That's the kind of vibes that this guy is putting out into the universe. This guy is creepy.
Like school shooter vibes. Oh my god.
That's a grown ass man.
Dude, I might be working with a serial killer.
You're working with Hannibal? Dude, can I get an autograph?
Dude, I kind of do hope that he like knocks me out and throws me in the back of his trunk. And then one of you guys has to like save me.
Oh yeah. like a
No,
like a
because
late
it's gonna end like Skins fucking part 2.
No, don't say
That's
that.
the only realistic kidnapping I've seen in
How
TV
does
that came up to
Skins?
my mind.
How does Skins Part 2
They
end?
die. The person that comes to save them dies.
I was thinking more of like a Tinder swipe night like level of seriousness.
Okay, no, but it's like all of you. All of you can take
Okay,
my.
all of us, yeah.
This
yeah,
guy's
yeah.
skinny fat,
Yeah.
like
all
a
of
big,
us.
a big
But
alcoholic
like if
beer
one
gut.
of us comes in to save you, could end up like Skins.
No. If we equipped all 3 of us with like handguns, we go rent some. We could
You
easily
can't-
destroy
You
it.
can't rent handguns to take out. I don't think that's a thing. I think you can rent them at a range.
If I hunt
But
down the
I don't
guy
think
who
you
took my
can-
license plate, we could totally get some
I
guns.
mean, you can rent them from people you shouldn't be able to rent guns from.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what we do. We take Brendan's new license
know someone
plate.
who has an
We break into a
AK-47.
car,
Yeah?
and we put the license plate on that broken into car, and then we run him over.
Sounds good.
pretty good.
Perfect.
Pretty good. Wear gloves the whole
Unstoppable.
time.
If this shows up in court, we
Did not do
did
that.
not
Did
do
not
Don't do
that.
that.
No, but
Tonight,
remember,
oh.
I actually do know someone has an AK-47
Yeah.
because they got it for like $500.
I also
Oh,
know
wow.
somebody with a
That's pretty
shotgun
cheap for
or
an
a
AK.
rifle. I mean, just
Those things usually are like $1,200.
Yeah, exactly. The guy they bought it from was like, this cost me like $1,500.
buy a
On it
car
for
with
seven-
that.
And it was one of my dad's friends, and because my dad was telling me about it, and he was like, I asked him why he did it, and he was like, it was a really good deal. I'm like, fuck, when are you gonna use that?
Like, I don't know.
Like you live in
When the
like
aliens
a
attack?
dangerous-ish area, but even living in a dangerous area, you're not gonna pull out an AK.
Yeah.
Like that'd be wild.
Unless you're like those.
like that's a war. You're in war now. Like this isn't the streets anymore.
Yeah, but I see like
The minute you're like, "Ooh!"
I see these like
One of
Peaky
my
Blinders
coworkers just bought an
videos.
AR-15.
Okay.
Oh, that's a fun one.
They did, but they had, I don't know. I feel like it was a pretty decent, because they're not pro-gun, but they were like, dude, it's going down soon. And I don't want to be on the side that's unarmed.
It's so crazy because
Because we lose.
Sometimes.
Because, like, we're all like, no guns, anti-gun.
Yeah.
And then when this shit goes down, it's not going to be
The only
positive
thing
for
I'm
us.
okay about is like
It'll be
once
called the
like
right
real
sweep.
bad things start happening, I think I'll be okay with killing someone.
And that's the appeal.
What a way to end it. Oh my god.